What's good, beautiful people? Welcome back to another video. Today is going to be a fun story time, not actually very fun to reminisce upon, but looking back, it's quite the story. So if you are interested in knowing how I almost lost my life at a hookah bar, make sure that you are subscribed to my channel. Stay tuned, grab a snack, grab a drink, and let's just get right on into it. All right, so today's story time took place probably like a year or two ago, and it was me, my best friend, my cousin, and my boyfriend. So I can't even remember like what the occasion was. Oh, duh, I think it was my cousin. I feel like it was my cousin's birthday, but I guess I don't know. So pretty much me, my best friend, and my cousin are all from the same city, and every once in a while we'll come back to the city and we'll go out together. Sometimes my boyfriend comes back to the city with us or with me, and then we all go out together. So this night, you know, we were all going out. I think we went to a bar in downtown Dayton, and we were just like, you know, having a little ball. We were just taking our, I was drinking, not a lot or anything, but I think my boyfriend and I had one drink, I think. And you know, we were just chilling or whatever. So in Dayton, the bars close at around 2, maybe 2:30 if it's on and popping. So it's not like Miami where bars close at like 6 or 7, you know, whatever. No, it's closed at 2. Sometimes people are looking for the after party. Sometimes people are like, whose house is it? What restaurant are we gonna go to? But at this particular time, the move was to go to the hookah bar. I used to do hookah a lot when I was in my undergrad. So, you know, it was just like, okay, lit, let's go to a hookah bar, whatever. While we were at the bar, we happened to see some people that I went to high school with and that my cousin was friends with. So we were kicking it with them. They were like, the move is the hookah bar, boom. So we on our way to the hookah bar, whatever. So it's me, my cousin, my best friend, my boyfriend, and then like 2 or 3 other people, like 2 other guys, and then I think another female. We're riding to the hookah bar, and then we start noticing, wow, we're in Dayton. Like there's, you know, in any city, there's the parts where it's like, okay, this is, you know, the affluent part, this is the okay part, this is the litty part, and then this is like the, listen, when it gets dark, maybe you shouldn't be over there. So you look, we pull up to the hookah bar, and it's hella crowded. There's cars everywhere. So I'm thinking, okay, this must be the spot. You know, there's not a lot of places where you can go after 2 o'clock in Dayton, and there's quite a few cars here. This must be the spot. But then you look at it and it's like, why is it so dark out here? Why is it just was weird. So we get out of the car, we go into the hookah bar. I feel like I'm having some sort of post-traumatic stress situation going on. So we walk into the hookah bar, and I remember thinking like, it was kind of crowded, like people were like just standing around. Our friends, I think, had already gotten there, so they're like, oh, come to the back, they have hookah, we have a spot where we can, you know, smoke our hookah. So we get in, we're like walking into the place, and it really looks like, if I had to just give you a breakdown of what this looks like, it looks like 3, 4, 5 guys got together, and they were like, you know what? I know people always want to smoke hookah after the club. Let's just buy a place where people can smoke hookah. We don't need furniture. We don't need chairs. We don't need light. You know, like we don't need cleanliness. To be honest with you, if I had to be real with you, it reminded me of one of those places where, you know, people, it's like a business front, like where people are like laundering money through, you know, because it's like, it just didn't seem, just was not an experience. Like it wasn't like, hey, welcome to the hookah bar, hey, sit on our nice furniture. No, it was literally like benches or something. I don't even know. It was just so janky. There was no decoration. They literally would just have like a table, put the hookah down, you'd be sitting, like it was so crusty. So we're walking through, we sit down, I think we got one hookah, and it was like 5 or 6 people, and at this point I think that me and my best friend were kind of I keep spinning. I think me and my best friend were a little tired. Like, we're the type where we get like, you know, we're lit, but at a certain point we're like, girl, it's time for bed. I think we were at that point. My cousin kind of wanted to stay out a little bit longer because she was with like more of her friends. So we're sitting there looking around. Oh, I almost forgot. So it was just quite the scene in there. Literally, we're looking around. I don't even think we were smoking. I think I literally like took a few little puffs. I'm looking around. I see a lot of like rough looking guys. I mean, I only say rough because it was just like, I don't know, like it was just such a weird scene. Literally see a man with half of his body gone. He's on a skateboard, he's working there. So this man like, you know, you see a little something rolling and you see that it's a man. He doesn't have any legs. He's just like rolling on a skateboard and you see a nice little gun on his hip. And it's like, dang girl, like let that shit drop and just, you know, go off on somebody. Like, I don't get it, you're so close to the floor and there's a gun right there. I don't even remember if I saw people working there really. I feel like somebody maybe brought out the hookah and then it just looked like somebody's friend who, I don't know, it was just weird. But there were definitely people there who had guns, you know, and it's like, this is a hookah bar. Like, I don't know, people were just like, it was just one of those scenes. So at one point, me, my friend, and my boyfriend were like, let's go. Like, we had rode with my cousin and her car. But my car, since I was gonna be drinking and my friend was gonna be drinking, was at my cousin's house, which is like 15-20 minutes away. We were like, girl, if you wanna stay here with your friends, at this time we didn't know the extent of what sort of place this was. We're like, if you wanna stay here with your friends, we're just gonna take your car back to your house, grab my car, grab our friend's car, and then we'll drop it back off to you. Because there was 3 of us, and so I could get my car, she could get her car, and then my boyfriend could drive her car back. Just something like that. She was like, okay, cool, like I'll see you in a minute. Girl, I'm getting more and more like nervous as I think about it. So we're leaving the place, we grab her keys. And so we have to, like I said, it's kind of crowded in here and there's a lot of people just standing. There's a lot of people, and to be honest, I don't even think there was music. I think it was literally just a place where people were at. Like, it looked like it was not kept. It looked like there was no furniture. It just was just strange. Like, people were just standing there and like, I don't know, just talking or something. Like, half the people weren't even doing hookah there. It was just weird. At one point, we're walking through this area. So in this side of the room, there's like, I guess like a cove, like couches sort of thing. And there's like a lot of people, like men and women. And we had to walk along, like, here's a here's a hallway. Here's like a cove area where they're at. And we're walking through here. And I think there were people along the side. So we had to be like, excuse me, excuse me. So it's me, my boyfriend's right behind me, and then my friend is right behind him. So we're walking through, you know, going through, excuse me, and I feel somebody kind of like fondle my butt. It felt like a little fondle, and I knew that my boyfriend, like, that would be so random, like, excuse me, do you need something? So I turn around kind of laughing, like, what? Like, thinking it was my best friend, like, just, I didn't know if she was like trying to show me something. I just didn't know what it was. It was just weird. And then I turned back and my best friend's face is like, and my boyfriend's face is like, what was he looking like? My boyfriend's face was like you could, like, I don't know, you could tell he was kind of like tensing up a little. So I went from turning around like, what, to like, wait, what's happening? So I look over and there's this whole ass man who like is looking at me. And so there's like hella like niggas, there's like men sitting there and a few women. So he was the one who touched my butt. He just, I guess, decided that that was what he was gonna do for that time and that day. Then I think like my boyfriend was looking at him, and then I think he looked and he was like, is there a problem? And you could see he had a gun on his hip. And then who knows, like, we already saw the guy riding around who I guess worked there with the gun on his hip. we see him have a gun. Probably every nigga in here has a gun at this point. Every guy in here has a gun. It's like, it felt like so much longer than what it was, but at that moment, it was like, I was kind of surprised that my boyfriend, like, I wouldn't listen. I know some women are like, defend me, but I'm like, girl, I was surprised that he even, like, I would've, if it was me, I would've been like, I didn't see nothing. I would've kept walking if I was him. Like, I didn't see a thing, to be honest with you, because it's just not worth it. Like, it's not like he fully assaulted me necessarily. And you know, the fact that we knew that they had guns, the fact that we knew, like, we didn't know what kind of environment we were in, it was just like so freaking intense. So I'm just like, and my best friend, she's like, just keep walking, just keep walking, just keep walking. So I literally grabbed Gene and we're walking, and you could tell he's upset. Like, obviously he's a guy, and you know, especially in those moments, like if you're a guy and your girlfriend's right in front of you and a guy touches your girlfriend's ass right in front of you, that's hella disrespectful. And you know, of course he's like, what the, like what, like, you know, what the F, like, but we're not about to have him get in a full fight with somebody who has a gun. And we're in Dayton. If y'all, I know y'all done heard about Dayton, okay? So we're walking out and I'm just like, okay, everything's fine, everything's fine. And so we get out, we're like, we get to the door and there's people around and we're just like, let's just get out of here. So my cousin, like, here's the door, you have to walk down to the edge of the building and then turn, and that's where her car is. But then as we're going out the door, we hear somebody fighting. Like, we hear people just going back and forth or whatever. And we're like, dang, like, what, not what's going on, but like, let's be alert sort of thing. And then we see a guy pull out a literal gun, talking about he's about to shoot these people. And it's like, really? Like, of course at this point it's like fight or flight type thing. Like, where are we? Why? Like, if you know us, like, we grew up in the suburbs, and I'm not saying that we're like, you know, I'm just saying that we're not, we are people who are not around like guns and violence, and like, we don't own guns and just all that stuff. Like, we're not around, like, we're in chill ass situations around chill people. There's not a lot of fighting, there's not a lot of guns and stuff. So to be just in this situation, like, oh my god, it's 3 in the morning, people are probably drunk, you know, and everybody up in here has a gun, and clearly, you know, people get mad over a lot of reasons these days. It's like, it was so terrifying. So we're literally standing there and I'm like, what do we do? Like, I'm not, like, bullets do not have names. I'm not about to just go out there when he has this gun. Like, who knows? Like, they could start shooting back, you know, they could shoot, like, who freaking knows? So literally we get, like, I think that they kind of simmered down and we're like, let's just go, let's just go. So we hurry up and we get into the car, and then I think we're calling my cousin at this point, like, girl, people have guns out here, like, are you really trying to stay here? Like, you low-key probably should just, you know, come with us. And I don't know, I think she was just like, we're about to leave, like something like that. So at this point we're like, okay, now we need to get out of this parking lot without getting this car shot up or anything. So eventually we get out of the parking lot, girl. Whew. So it was so stressful. We're like, let's just literally get home. Let's just, you know, of course we're all sober AF by now. Gene wasn't even really drinking. He's the one who was driving. Me and my friend were pretty sober at this point, because it's like, when some real stuff start happening, you get sober pretty quick. So we literally are in the car, we're cruising, we're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that stuff just happened. We're going over like, so what happened? Like, I'm over here like, what happened? Like, did that guy touch my ass? Like, what, you know, going through it. And then we see some police lights behind us. So we're literally getting pulled over. Oh my god. And then, mind you, this is a few years ago, in the midst of, like, you know, black men getting pulled over, you know, getting shot, like, just that tension of, like, you know, stuff just really happening between, like, officers and in the black community. So Jane's driving, we get pulled over. We're like, what could we be pulled over for? Literally, we look down in this person's car and my cousin's car, and because we had pre-gamed earlier, like, not drinking and driving, but because we had gone from one place to the next, there was an open bottle of alcohol in the backseat. So, you know, it's just a great time to be alive, you know. So mind you, my boyfriend's driving my cousin's car, so he's in a car that's not even his own. Technically there's an open bottle in the back seat, and you know, we're just like, Wow. So the officer gets to the window. He's like, hey, just wanted to know that your lights were off. You guys were driving with your lights off. Have you been drinking tonight? And my boyfriend goes, no, sure haven't. Which he really hadn't. I think maybe he had one drink literally at the beginning of the night, and at this point it's like 2, 3 in the morning. So he's like, no, I haven't had any drinks, we're good here. He's like, can I see your proof of insurance, driver's license, all that stuff. So he gives him his license, like, this is in my car, this is her cousin's car, you know, explaining it all, and we're just over here like, Lord, he about to make us get out, he's about to make us walk the line, like, who knows what's about to happen. Let's all just keep cool. Low-key, I think we had thrown a little blanket over the bottle in the back, like, hopefully he didn't smell alcohol off of me and my friend, and wanted to, you know, I don't know. I don't know. So he goes back to the car, he checks his license, blah, 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 and then he comes back and he's like, you know, I'm just gonna let you guys go. Just wanted you to turn your lights on. Just wanted this and that. But don't even worry about it. Just be safe tonight. God is good. God is good, because at this point we're like, just what we need is some crap. Like, I mean, because if he had thought that the car was stolen, or if he had thought that, you know, whatever he had thought, then who literally knows what could have happened. So after that, we pretty much got to our cars. We went and picked up our cousin. We were like, girl, we are never, like, at this point, I was freaking livid. Like, I'm a grandma. My parents have instilled in me the fear of this world. Like, literally, I just don't trust anybody, really. I just be out here like, I was mad that we were in that situation. We were just like, who does this? Whose idea was it to go here? Why were we here? Why were we put in so many situations where we literally could have been like, I don't know, it was just like so crazy that like the night began as just chill or whatever, and then it went downhill so freaking fast. Guys, we will never be back to that. Actually, a few weeks later after that, the hookah bar actually got shut down because there was a shooting. So, and I'm genuinely surprised that that was the first one, or at least the first one that made them shut down. Like, it was honestly freaking insane. I will never go back. Like, now every time I go to a hookah bar, I'm like, I need to see pictures, I need to see the location, I need to see reviews, and I need to know what part of town it's in. I'm not going to know hookah bars without having all the credentials first. So after that, guys, we were able to get home. It was a great night's sleep of just being like, thank God I'm in my bed. God is so good, he got us home. Like, it was so crazy. Never going back to even anything in that area again. I'm done. So if you guys enjoyed, I feel like enjoyed is not the word, but if you enjoyed this video, if you've had any similar experiences, please comment down below. Please like this video. I just get stressed even thinking about it. Alright guys, so I'll see you in the next video. Bye.